Good afternoon. It's Thursday the 3rd of August and this is the narrowed Minnowburn Bridge, and this is Minnowburn Park, car park, and there's my wee bike parked up, and I'm just going along here beside the Minnowburn, and I'm going up the walk towards Terrace Hill, and I'm in search of Neds Wildflower Meadow because I want to video it. And it's not a particularly good day. Temperature's about 17. It's been overcast most of the day, but let's see if I can find this. And lo and behold, there's an entrance. What does it say? Neds Meadow in the making. A wildflower meadow needs low nutrient soil in order to grow back, or to grow and flourish. Oh boys, I'm out of breath. Heavy footfall leads to mulching of grass back into the soil, adding nutrients, which is detrimental to the wildflowers' growth. So they don't need nutrients. Dog fowl can affect the natural balance, leading to less growth. And it's talking about the ranger's role. So, my goodness gracious. And I can immediately see that this meadow is different from all the other fields because it's got colour in it. And it's got insects floating about, and I can even see that from standing here. And I'm sorry I have landed in here and most of the wildflowers have gone to seed. But that's the way it goes. A big bee over here. Yeah. Good stuff, and there's another one onto this. So what have we got here? This is Neds Meadow at Minnowburn, and it's below the Giant's Ring, and I'm pointing the camera out that direction. Wait a minute. I'm pointing the camera out that direction, and I'm looking over to Beaver Estate, which I'll show you better in a wee minute or two. And we've got 10 acres here. Now, this is in charge of the National Trust and the Minnowburn Rangers. And they've worked tirelessly with the local farmer to get this wildflower meadow the way it is today. Once this meadow was just full of, like the other fields around about, it was just full of perennial ryegrass. I think it's ryegrass, and nothing else grew on it. And 95% of all the meadows, wildflower meadows in Northern Ireland since 1945 have just gone this way. They're perennial ryegrass, and they don't grow anything that they don't grow anything that the insects really can feast on. No nectar, nothing. They're built for, they're made for cows. But anyway, this field was once intensively farmed like all the rest of the fields around it. And, you know, it was either baled for hay or else cows grazed on it, and every year they slapped huge amounts of slurry down this, caked it in slurry, and then they planted the perennial wild grass. And that's the way it was. And there was very, very little diversity in it at all. Zero. Just one thing. And today, you know, there's so much for diversity in it. So what have we got in here? And there's the remains of the wee daisies, oxeye daisies. So what have we got? We've got orchids. They're in here, folks, but I'd be hard put to find them. We've got ragged robin. We've got oxeye daisies. I did see some of them back there. One or two of them there. I can see some of them in front of me. We've got black knapweed. We've got wild grasses like crested dog's tail and sweet vernal. So this is what we've got. And this is where we are. There's Terrace Hill over there with the people with the doggies. On the top of the pass and Giant's Rings up that way. I've just met a lady there and she was collecting the yellow rattle seeds for her garden, which is really good. So, you know, there's the oxeye daisies, but like what I have. There's 10 acres here across from the Beaver estate. You can see clearly the big flats over in Beaver, and apparently there's 7 other wildflower gardens run by the National Trust right around the country. So we have Crum in County Fermanagh, we've got Spring Hill in County Tyrone, we've got Neds here, we've got Broad Meadow at Castle Ward, we've got Mount Stewart, we've got Giant's Causeway, and we've got Roe Allen. And all in all, those make up 40 hectares. And 40 hectares mightn't sound much, but it's actually 80 football pitches, which is quite good. Oh, nice wee bee. But I'm only sorry, I'm kicking myself. I really am kicking myself. I need to get here next year, whenever this is blooming, because that lady there told me that it was absolutely glorious. And it's like my wildflowers, it's sort of died back quite a bit, you know. But there's the other entrance on the way up to Terrace Hill. The trouble is getting parked. The best place to park if you're wanting to come and see this is actually down at Minnowburn car park. So there you go. I'm going to dander back again, and and hopefully next year I'll get here in time. There's a wee hoverfly or hover wasp or whatever it is. Hopefully next year I'll get back here in time. Silly me. But if you want to hear a wee bit more about this, there's a guy called Craig Somerville, and he was involved with getting this wildflower field up and running on the National Trust website, doing a wee video and explanation and what happened and all the rest of it. Because this kind of wildflower field is not just, you know, you just don't leave your field to go and grow itself. It has to be managed. If it's not managed, then, you know, it won't work. So nature always needs a helping hand. And to any farmers or relatives of farmers watching this wee video of mine, why don't you consider for the sake of a half an acre or a quarter of an acre or even a third of an acre, you know, that bit of rough ground that isn't worth tilling, consider setting it aside for wildflowers. And you'll be giving nature a helping hand.